comes in from bygolly.molly asking, why didn't she run faster?
Probably should have. Yeah, I don't know. By golly, Molly, you're a real asshole there.
Which, by the way, this is how you know you made it big in the running world, because my mom, who does not follow running and does not even barely has social media, texted me on Saturday and was like, "Is by golly Molly running tomorrow?" So that handle is gonna follow you in the Melly family forever.
Next one is, what was she shouting while Kellen Taylor was puking? And then an update on Callum Hawkins.
So first part of that question, I was actually shouting. Laura Thweet, who's a very good friend of mine, was finishing. And so I was screaming as Laura was coming down the straight. So that is the reference to that. I love the Matt Baxter tweet though, of the when you hit your limit and someone starts yelling shots. I am so sorry. I feel like that photo is so rough. I respect the hell out of Kellen. As a fellow Wisconsinite, love her to death. She is the grittiest racer I've ever seen. Yeah, that was a lot of puke. In reference to Callum Hawkins, I actually apologized to him online for hassling him on Instagram.
I was going to say,
because I realized
I formally apologize to you.
I formally apologize
for creating this monster.
No, but no, I texted him because I realized that it came across a little bit intense, and so I was like, hey, I just kind of meant this funnily, I didn't mean to hassle you. He responded, he was like, hey, yeah, no worries. So yeah, that's not going anywhere, but can't she?
Similarly, can we get a Hinge update from Molly since the last time she was on the podcast?
My Hinge life is not going well. If the 900 plus unread texts on my phone give any indication, I'm not great at staying up to date on stuff. I have to say the Flagstaff dating pool is small. But yeah, we'll probably get back on that Hinge game now that I'm on a break. Devote a little bit more time to it. Maybe I need to expand my radius to the Phoenix area. But yeah, if any hot runners are coming through Flagstaff, hit me up.
This isn't going to end well.
Oh dear, be careful what you wish for. Yeah, I think that if I know anything about male heterosexual runners, you will get DMs from people hitting you up. So good luck with that.
Next one we got, what mantras do you use to dig deep when things get tough?
I think one, I just keep pushing, just kind of repeat that over and over in my head. That I'm a big Formula One fan, and so that push. But yeah, that, and then I feel like the slightly less positive, you're not special, stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Wait, so who are your favorite Formula One drivers, and what are your predictions for the rest of the season?
So obviously Lewis Hamilton, my number one, ride or die. Love him.
Wow. Okay.
I love, and I truly believe he will just win everything. Number one in my heart. I hate Max Verstappen, so I know he's up there, he's vying for number one, but hate that man. I do like the Red Bull team, Checo, I'm all for him, but Charles Leclerc is literally one of the hottest people I've ever seen. So yeah, just I love him just independently.
Tag him in the comments, listeners.
Yeah,
tag him in the comments.
Yeah, everyone.
He's got a girlfriend. I can't do that.
All right, Mac, you got some more for us? All right, Herschel Things asks, we know what you're good at. What are you exceptionally bad at?
Oh, what am I exceptionally bad at? Video games, basketball, responding to text messages in a timely manner. I've not perfected making a laminated pastry for a croissant. So yeah, I feel like there are more things that I'm exceptionally bad at than good at. Running is really, I feel like, the only thing that I'm actually good at.
Next one from B Hill 521. Any specific tactics in your build-up for the Olympics and/or NYC that helped you level up?
I don't know. I feel like everybody expects me to give some like golden answer that's gonna like change their training. Run a lot of mileage. I'm sorry. Like, I truly believe that mileage is the key to everything. Sorry to you low mileage folks out there, but like mileage is king.
The real Kara Enright asks, first beer she has after the finish. I'm guessing this is in New York, but also tell us, I guess, like, did you manage to get a beer out in Sapporo after you asked for one on the broadcast?
Yeah. So once we got back to the hotel, John got like a big pack of Sapporo beer from the hotel, like hotel shop, and we just drank downstairs. The Brits actually had bottles of champagne that they got on the flight over, so that was pretty clutch. But yeah, first beer after the finish, we went out after drug testing and media and everything. Went out and got a Stella.
Favorite Wisconsin beer.
Ooh, that's tough. There's a lot of good. Everybody expects me to say Spotted Cow, but like Spotted Cow's fine. It's a fine cream ale. I actually really like Capital Brewing. Their amber is really good. What is it? Good City's really good as well. Point Brewery. Actually, so Stevens Point Brewery sent me a specific like amber ale with like my photo on it after the games of like the bronze ale, which was really cute. I'll have to send you guys a photo of it for the show notes.
I have to ask before we get into Mount Rushmore of beers, Wisconsin beer versus Boston beer.
Oh, they're
Are you
totally
sticking
different.
with the hometown loyalty?
They're totally different because I feel like Wisconsin is like Pilsners and Ambers are king. Like, you can get great like Pilsners out here because I mean it's the land of Miller and Pabst and everything. And then Boston out east, it's all about the like hazy IPAs, these really thick, juicy beers. And so it's like I love each of them for their respective like what they do.
Bridget asks, Mount Rushmore of beers.
The Mount Rushmore of beer. Okay. So first, we've got to put some Lamplighter, juicy, hazy IPAs up there. Maybe like Birds of a Feather, or Rabbit probably, or Bunnies. I don't know, any of those. I feel like we should put. This is so hard. I don't want to have to choose four. A Tower Station IPA from Mother Road Brewery in Flagstaff.
It's like you're picking one for every place you've lived.
I know. Well, that's how it needs to be. Let's do a PPR.
Is there a Notre Dame brewery?
No, and I don't really like Yingling that much from Indiana. I'm trying to think of like a good like hoppy Pilsner as well. Oh, a Kolsch. I love a good Kolsch. So actually, what is it? Upslope Brewing in Boulder makes a really good Kolsch that I had. So maybe we'll throw that on there. I don't know. I feel like I need like a Mount Rushmore with like 15 people along it. There's too many good beers. I could do a Mount Rushmore of IPAs.
Before we move to the next listener question, I feel like this subject has to lead to the obvious follow-up. Have you ever run a beer mile, and what do you think you could run in a beer mile?
No, so I've run a beer mile. I ran it at Notre Dame. In my defense, I ran it while I was already fully drunk, and in jean shorts, and it was 1 a.m. So I wasn't like prepared for this thing. It was just kind of like we did it. So I ran 8:30 for it. I'd like to see what I could do. So that was my freshman year. And yeah, I would like to think that I could achieve faster than that. I think my tolerance is higher and I can run significantly faster than I did then.
All right, what other ones we got here? Any more bad marathon advice? Because I think you posted on your story, new shoes, sushi, mayo packets. What other bad marathon advice do you have to pass along to the listeners?
At mile 18, you should jump in the air and high five your sister.
People love that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other bad marathon advice. Dance on the way to the line. I was getting some crap about that. They were playing really good music at the start line of New York Marathon, so I was like dancing around. I danced on the way to the trials line.
Do people, and by people I mean men, do give you marathon advice? Do you get just random unsolicited advice?
Okay, wait, yeah. We have to talk about the tweet. I think we've got it here to pull up. The tweet that led to just a bunch of responses and people twisting this in probably more ways than you thought than was like intended.
I think people trying to extrapolate from it was my favorite part, and people then trying to mansplain the tweet as well, because that's the problem. So the tweet is actually the funniest version of this. The actual thing that happened was neither funny nor like, it was actually, frankly, like, I know this is supposed to be like fun and lighthearted, but it was actually not it was a really negative experience. And I kind of tweeted it out to kind of like process what had just happened. Cause it was basically a guy who came across to me as very much like someone who stalks pro runners and had put effectively all of my Strava training into an Excel spreadsheet, and then was just lecturing what he believed a random woman on the plane about how she should be training. Straight up, never tell anyone to run 130 miles a week. And that's barely healthy for me to run 130 miles a week, let alone any random woman. So it was just, frankly, it was a really negative experience overall. And when people are like, why didn't you reveal yourself? Like he probably would have loved that to have it revealed. I straight up did not feel safe revealing myself to him. And so I was just trying to I don't know. He came across as both super condescending and really creepy. I was purposely trying to not do it. But if you're lecturing someone so much and trying to give them training advice and have asked so few questions that you can't ascertain that you are feeding their own training to them, that's a problem.
For the people just listening to this, the tweet was, on my flight, was talking to a guy next to me, and it came up that I run. He starts telling me how I need to train higher mileage and pulls up an analysis he'd made of a pro runner's training on his phone. The pro runner was me. It was my training. Didn't have the heart to tell him. And, I thought it was serious right from the start because you rarely tweet. And the fact that you had to tweet, it was a surprise.
Oh, yeah, ahead, the two takeaways from this are clearly, one, don't give unsolicited training advice. Two, don't talk to strangers on planes. I know that is a huge pet peeve of mine. There's no reason to ever start a conversation with the person next to you on a plane. I'm sorry, I will draw a line in the sand there. Don't do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Because it was that kind of thing where it's like you sit next to the person and you're like, oh no, this is going to be a talker. And it's like, I'm fine. I'm pretty, I can talk to anyone, basically. But it's like, yeah, respect people's space on the plane when it becomes clear that they don't want to talk to you anymore.
All right, last few listener questions that were sent in from Amy Rohde. At what distance is Isabel faster than Molly?
Izzy's much better than me at shorter distance. I would probably say, I think a mile, we'd probably be about equal. And then anything shorter than that, Izzy's got me beat. She's just she's really strong. She's got a lot more explosivity. She's always been better at in field hockey. She's got just this quickness to her. I'm the slogger. So yeah, I would say mile, we could probably be pretty competitive. Anything shorter than that, she's blowing me out of the water.
I like you over Izzy in a beer mile, though. I gotta say that.
Oh, Izzy can't chug. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We got, I think, two more. Let's see. Dream sponsorship. Which track and field event would she want to try? Or dream sponsorship, and then which track and field event would she want to try and medal in next? As opposed, are you moving back to the track?
No, never. That's the thing. But dream sponsorship, Duncan, hands down. Duncan, you up. Come on. I am working so hard on that one. I tag them so much and they just shoot me down every time. But
that's insane.
No. Yeah, I know. But which track and field event? I have zero interest in going back to the track. I'll maybe do a 5K or a 10K here and there. But no, I do not enjoy track. I love cross country. Well, I love the shorter distances on the roads. I fucking hate
track aside. Winter Olympics are coming up, so what event would you do if you were going to try and medal in the Winter Olympics?
I'm actually a pretty good cross country skier, Nordic. I think I could probably try and go for it. My dad seems to believe that I would be really good at biathlon, the cross country skiing while shooting. So I don't know. Maybe once I retire, I'll do that.
That sounds
we got
awesome.
One more, I think.
I think that was the last one.
That's the last one. I think someone else had asked, are you going to be accepting your World Championship marathon ticket? Because I think there was like that whole thing about like people who would be a lock right now. So,
oh yeah, I'll say it straight up on here. I just didn't want what is it? John Gall from Let's Run like texted me right before New York Marathon, and I just shut him down immediately because I was like, I don't want this to be released on Let's Run first. But yeah, we'll announce it here on the CITIUS MAG podcast. Oh yeah, 100%. I will accept my spot on World Champs team. That's actually something that I've been very interested in for a long time, and a big goal of mine is to run the World Champs in Eugene. So yes.
There we go. Breaking news. Heard it here first on the CITIUS MAG podcast. Molly, I'm sure you're going to get inundated with more interview requests, and this isn't the last time people will hear of you. So thanks so much for taking the time to do this. This is always a blast, getting the chance to sit down and chat with you.
Yeah, thanks you guys. This was so much fun. It's great getting to catch up with the both of you.